We're going to talk now to Susan Hall, London Assembly member, former Conservative London mayoral candidate and leader, of course, of the Conservatives in the London Assembly. Susan, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. Good to see you.
Very nice to see you too. Sadi Khan is remarkably quiet, is he not, on this whole business of the Britannia Hotel being taken over and used as a migrant hotel. He's far too busy putting out statements about Gaza and whether we should recognise Palestine. And he's also now got some kind of slavery memorial, which has been criticised because it looks a bit like a rotting turnip.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Jacob Rees-Mogg referred to it as a rotting turnip.
Right.
And I can understand that. But people are sick to death of virtue signalling, of their money being spent everywhere but on keeping us safe in London, as an example. Sadi Khan has just come back from Africa. He goes everywhere else. Why doesn't he stay here and sort the issues out in London? And we have many, as you well know.
Yeah.
Mike, you're reporting on it all the time.
Absolutely right. And I mean, the problem with the migrants just gets worse and worse and worse. It's almost every single day now there's another story which has inevitably got a link to it in some way. Today they've got the story on the front page of The Sun about the state of play in Canary Wharf. A lot of people not happy that this rather nice Britannia Hotel seems to have been taken over very recently, even to the point where people were turning up thinking they still had a room for the night, only to be told, sorry, it's been closed down. And then we've got the Essex Police, which I know is slightly outside your remit, but the Essex Police, you know, escorting, you know, what you might call left-wing agitators to a very peaceful protest in Epping by women and children and families who don't like the idea that their streets are being turned into crime-ridden alleys by a load of migrants.
Well, that's right. And there's so many different aspects to all of this. The one in London, for instance, if that is full of tourists are going to be out spending their money in the vicinity. And that's what we want. I mean, this government says it wants growth. My God, they're doing everything but things to encourage growth. And of course, if we have a whole load of young men, just men, moving into an area, it's very, very disrupting and very concerning. And it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse.
It really does. And the government doesn't seem to know what to do about it. I mean, we spoke to some of the mothers out there this week and they said, look, we just want Keir Starmer to come and talk to us. We just want Yvette Cooper to come and see why we're unhappy, you know, but they don't seem to care. They don't seem to give a stuff, you know. Instead, you've got, you know, Starmer this week, you know, getting Narendra Modi to come and visit him, another state visit, this time the Indian Prime Minister. And it's almost like he's blind and sticking his head in the sand when it comes to domestic problems.
Well, it's like all these Labour politicians. It's like Sadi Khan goes everywhere else. They need to stay here and sort issues out here. The problem with Starmer and his government is they got in on a whole load of promises that they knew people wanted to hear.
Yeah.
They had no plans at all. I mean, granted, we got things wrong in 14 years. We also got a lot right, but we got things wrong. They had 14 years to make up plans, proper plans, funded plans for what they would do when they came into control. The minute they won the election, they didn't know what they were doing. I mean, that first budget was an utter disgrace. How anybody thinks they're going to get growth when they put a tax on jobs.
Yeah.
It's crowd cooking, and quite frankly,
it
ridiculous.
Really is. Yeah, but the good news is that apparently Rachel Reeves is looking for some new economic advisors. I was saying earlier, it's a bit late for that. She's already ruined the bleeding economy. You know, the fact that anybody's actually going to be left living here who's got any kind of idea at all of making a living is ridiculous. And the story I was highlighting earlier today about the cabinet is Angela Rayner. Do you know that she's now got a Deputy Prime Minister's department, which has increased by 34% in its business travel in the previous year? She's got people who have flown around the world. They've flown 319,872 miles, which is about 13 times around the planet. She's supposed to be the Minister for Housing. You know, apparently they've all been going to these housing conferences.
I know.
Right? What's going on?
Well, socialists only know how to spend other people's money. We all know that. And this is what they're doing. They didn't have any plans when they came in. If you look at the cabinet, I don't think any of them have ever run a business.
No.
Which is why we're getting these dreadful decisions being made that is just spiralling out of control, in my view. Absolutely outrageous.
Yeah. Well, she's got in her department alone, which is the Office for the Deputy Prime Minister, there are 30 people working in it. And what are they all doing?
Well, God knows. I mean, just giving in to her every whim.
Yeah.
I mean, She's apparently a very nice person, but she doesn't know what she's doing any more than any of the rest of the cabinet, I'm afraid.
No.
And they're proving that. They've been in control a year, and it's an utter disaster.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, so to go back to Sadiq Khan and this horrible, awful, memorial to slavery, £500,000 worth of taxpayers' money that's cost, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, when our Metropolitan Police are closing their frontline services. If you look at Harrow, where I live, and Hillingdon next door, we're going to have no desks where you can go and report a crime. That has just been released. Interesting, the list of the whole ones that are being closed has not been given. I've written to the mayor and to the commissioner. We don't know which ones are going, but the decision has been made. They are closing the front desks, which mean that people cannot go and report a crime. They have to do it online.
Yeah.
It's completely outrageous, and yet he spends money on that rotting turnip, as Jacob would call it. And I can see where he's coming from. I've heard it called other things, which is equally ghastly. But he should be looking at our Metropolitan Police, looking where to put money in, because it's taxpayers' money. It's not his money.
No, exactly right. But that's the trouble. He's got this incredible arrogance about him, hasn't he? I mean, I see every now and again, you obviously locking horns with him when he has mayoral questions where he consistently refuses to answer. That famous clip of you trying to ask him about whether there are any Pakistani rape gangs in London, and why is it that London doesn't seem to have any. And he just was so disingenuous and so slippery that he doesn't give value for money.
He won't answer questions.
No.
No, he doesn't. He won't answer questions. All he wants to do is to fly around the world.
Yeah.
He obviously wants some sort of job in environment.
I know. It's absolutely shocking. I presume he's probably going to go to the climate summit. Is he in Brazil? COP30, I think they're calling it. So no doubt it'll be out there wasting more taxpayers' money. But listen, your line's just breaking up a bit, Susan. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Susan Hall, London Assembly member, former Conservative London mayoral candidate.